Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be sharing today 10 things that are keeping you poor money behaviours, bad money mistakes, ways that are just not impacting your financial life very well. So hopefully this video is helpful for you. These are things that I've definitely done myself, so I can completely relate. I have unlearned these behaviours and relearned new behaviours, so hopefully you guys are going to get some value from this video. If you do enjoy it, then definitely subscribe to my channel. I upload 3 times a week, and this month we are focusing on your money and your financial well-being to help you guys get into a really good place for 2022. And if you did enjoy the video, then do think about liking it, because it helps other people find it, and I love to be able to help other people. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. Myself a little Rooibos tea from Good Earth. It was £1 reduced in the supermarket, so I hope you guys have got a cuppa as well. I wanted to add that obviously you may not be poor, you may just be looking for ways to help with your money habits and your money mindset. There's heaps of videos over here on this channel about your money mindset and just ways to relearn some new things and just help you with 2022 financially. And by the way, when I say poor, I mean monetary. Obviously, you could have no money in the world, but really be happy and have a lovely family and be healthy. And those things to me are definitely the things that are more important. But for the sake of this video, we're going to just umbrella it as the things that are keeping you poor. No offense to be taken. This is just a monetary side of things. The first one is to prioritize your needs over your wants. How many times have you said, I really need this thing, or I really want this thing? Do you actually need it? Is it actually going to bring value to your life? Is it going to make your life easier, more enjoyable? Do you actually need to buy this thing, basically? The cycle of overspending is really hard to get out of, and it can just lead you into bad debt and a bad money position. So try and reframe the things. When you want something, when you need something, really prioritize the things that are actually things that you need, rather than just because you really want it and you think that's a need. So for example, I'm on a no spend month at the moment, and in fact I've just done a no spend update here on this channel as well, so if you want to see how I'm doing, how much I've saved, then you can go over to that video after you've watched this one. But basically I have needed a mascara. I've got like 3 dried up mascaras, and I do need a new mascara, but equally I could keep going and like scraping out this mascara. I know that obviously you have to replace them after a certain amount of time, but I've got mascaras that will do. It's just not my favorite one. So I don't actually need a mascara, I just really want one. So it's just making sure that you buy things according to your actual needs and not what you think you need but actually could do without. Next one that could potentially be keeping you poor is not prioritizing yourself as your first bill. Obviously you're going to have your essentials, but not paying yourself first is actually going to really negatively impact your financial well-being, because you're not prioritizing that. You're spending on the essentials, obviously you can't miss those out, but after that you've got maybe dinner with friends or a trip out to the cinema or something like that, and you're actually spending that money then before your future self. So investing your money, saving your money, putting that away so you can't spend it, and at the end of the month, if you have got some money left over, then you can take that forward to the next month and buy the things that you wanted, or you know, do the things that you've been invited out to do, for example. But invest in yourself, pay yourself first, and make that your priority, rather than leaving it to the last minute and then having nothing left over to save. I actually do this as auto payment, so every month at the beginning of the month I know exactly all my bills that are coming out, and I always make sure I invest my money and I have that as an auto payment. It's just like a bill, it's something that I can't negotiate, it has to be paid, but I know that it's paying myself forward and looking after my future financial well-being. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a like so other people can find it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. So the next thing is to not financially track your income, your ingoings, your outgoings, and your debt. If you have got debt all over the place and you don't know what percentage it is as the repayment, you're potentially not paying back the thing that is damaging you financially quickest. So there's obviously different methods to repay debt and different methods to save, but for example, if you've got something that's at like 300%, like a card, you know, like what they called, like an Argos card, for example, and it's a really high APR, then you need to be paying that off first so that it's not damaging you and not impacting you financially. Don't forget, I've got loads of budgeting tracker sheets. They're all free. They're over on my website, which is larajoannajarvis.com, and there's heaps of written information over there as well, whether it be about investing and saving money or just tips and tricks, ways to help you guys live your best life on a budget. So head on over to the website and you'll be able to get your free trackers there as well to help you keep on track. Okay, the next money habit that's keeping you poor is to invest in things rather than yourself. So yeah, maybe buying a new TV, a new item of clothing, or a holiday. It's all amazing. It's going to give you a boost. And these are the things that we're saving towards and with like, our goals to get to be able to spend on things. But not investing in yourself can really damage your financial well-being. So things like listening to podcasts, going on courses, doing free workshops, watching YouTube videos like this one. These are all things that you're investing in yourself. And if you prioritize yourself as your main investment, then you are really going to help yourself out and your future self. So think about that. Don't invest in things, invest in yourself, and invest in, you know, I do love a bit of a stock market investment, and we've got videos on that here on this channel. But just think about that when you're buying something. Is this actually bringing you value? Is this actually going to benefit you in some way? If not, then try and actually spend that money on investing yourself instead. Okay, so the next money habit that's keeping you poor is to not sacrifice for the short term for your long-term gain. I did actually do a little poll over on my Instagram, Lara Joanna Jarvis, and it was all about, would you sacrifice short term or would you live abundantly short term, and which one's the most important to you? And most people did actually say to sacrifice now and live abundantly later, but it's surprising how many people did still vote for live abundantly now. And I get it, you know, life is short, you don't know how long you've got, but little habits to invest in your future is, for me, definitely worth sacrificing. A meal out here, or drinks here, or a new top there, or a new mascara here. It's the short-term little sacrifices that are going to build up to this massive end goal and this abundant living that we're aiming for. So just think about that. Do you have to buy that coffee, or will you put that money into a pot to then invest at the end of the month, or to save at the end of the month? Because for me, definitely sacrificing short term is worth it. Okay, so the next thing that is keeping you poor is to store your money in the bank. What am I talking about, you may ask? So we're about 5% inflation, just over, and money in the bank is probably earning you 0.1%, maybe 1% if you're really lucky, but the chances are you will not be beating inflation with money in the bank. So essentially, your money in the bank is losing you money. Let that sink in. You put your money there, you think it's safe, it's great, and it is secure, it is safe. Potentially there might be some issues, but it is secure and it is insured. However, you'll never actually build your wealth by storing your money in the bank. So for me, as I've spoken about before, and I'm not a financial advisor, this is not financial advice, it's just my own experience, but for me, investing is something that is future-proofing my money, because I have a set amount of money in the bank that's there for my emergency. I have a set money in my premium bonds that's there for a bit of fun, that's, you know, the house deposit, and that if it wins a bit of money here and there, that's great. But for me, for growing my money and compound interest, guys, I've done a video on compound interest. In fact, I've done a whole blog post on compound interest, which is really interesting, and it's great to see the figures written down, so check that out if you want to. larajoannajarvis.com is about building wealth. So money is going to increase. Just like with your debt, it really rolls over quickly and suddenly you've got loads of debt. The same will happen with building your wealth. So if you put it in a high interest or high yield account, then it's going to start earning money. So for me, it just makes sense to put the money in investments rather than the bank. Okay, so the next money habit that's keeping you poor is to just keep getting more debt. Now, the debt cycle is really, really hard to get out of. You need to pay off the debt, so you borrow more money to pay off the debt, and then that debt just grows and grows. And as I've said, as with compound interest, it can work the wrong way as well, so it can build up really, really quick, and suddenly you've got loads of debt to pay off. So there's loads of tips here on this channel for getting out of debt, for earning more money, to save money, and these are all kind of like the foundations to then start working towards being debt free, because you may have lots of debt watching this and you may be thinking, how am I ever going to get out of debt? I need to pay for bills, I need to pay for essentials. But my point is, don't go and get a store card if you don't absolutely need to borrow that money. Save the money, get to the point where you can buy it in cash, or you know, you just don't need to get credit to do it, or you can get a really good finance agreement maybe from the bank. Just don't allow yourself to buy the things just because you want them. It goes back to the wants and needs. Do you really, really need that new thing, or just want a new thing because you're bored, or you want to upgrade, or, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, as I've done a video on as well. So try to just not get stuck in that debt cycle and build each month to get to the point where you can pay off that debt and not have to keep borrowing to pay for it. The next thing, as I kind of touched on just then, is always wanting the next best thing. It's gonna keep you poor. You're not gonna be content. You're never gonna appreciate what you've got. And in fact, last weekend I did a video all about money, mindset and gratitude, and how it's changed the game for me. Literally having this mindset that I'm content with what I've got, I don't need the next best thing, it's really helped me not spend any money, because I don't need to keep getting the better thing. Obviously some things you know, will stop working, or they'll break, or they'll need an upgrade. But for me, I don't have to keep upgrading my things just to keep up with the Joneses. The next thing that is keeping you poor is to buy things that depreciate in value, like new cars. I would just like buying a brand new car, as soon as you drive it off, it's going to depreciate in value. Think of things that actually are going to earn you money. So learn the difference between liabilities and assets. Liabilities such as a car, and assets such as investment, something that's going to, you know, buy to let investment perhaps, that you're going to earn money on passively each month. These things are going to save you money, because you're not going to be spending it on the things that you don't need that are actually depreciating in value. So just getting an understanding of it will really, really help you as well. The things that are keeping you poor as well is not prioritizing your debt. Simply, it's the same as paying yourself first. You've got to pay off this debt. Start, depending on what method you want, maybe the snowball method, so you start small and you get that real hit of, yes, I've paid off my debt, and then you move on. Or, you know, you need to be looking at the highest interest. Just paying off this debt is an essential thing. It's a bill you have to pay every month. Don't get into this cycle of not paying it and then having to pay more and more, because it's going to increase in value and it's going to become so difficult to get out of. It's going to be a weight on your shoulders. Just really, really prioritize that. I could go on for hours on this video with things that are making you poor, and it's all about money mindset. So if you want another one like this, then let me know in the comments. Do like it if you enjoyed it. Let me know, get involved in the comments. What sort of money behaviors do you think are negatively impacting your financial well-being? And hopefully we can have a good old chat in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you really, really soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.